Alright, hello everyone. Today we are going to do few questions from the past paper of the topic mensuration. This is question number 3 in October-November 2024 paper and paper 2-2. Question is, you can see in the diagram a cuboid is given. The height is unknown wherever the length and width are 1.2 and 0.6. The diagram shows a tank. The tank is a cuboid with length 1.2 meters, width is 0.6 meters and the height is h meters. The volume of the tank is 1.8 cubic meters. Calculate the volume, calculate the value of h. So we'll take the formula, the same formula. The hint is given of the volume. The volume is equals to length into width into height. It is given 1.8 is equals to 1.2 into 0.6 into h, and we have the height is equals to 1.8 divided by 1.2 into 0.6. 1.8 sorry 1.8 divided by 1.2 into 0.6. 5 upon 2 or 2.5. So it's 2.5 meters is the height in this question. The next part of the same question, part 2, fuel is pumped into the empty tank at the rate of 0.2 cubic meters per minute. Alright, the volume of the full tank is 1.8 and they are telling us that in 1 minute it's filling 0.2 cubic meters. Calculate the time taken to fill the tank to 90% of the volume. So we are going to see what is the 90% of the full tank. So the full tank is 1.8. So 90% of the volume is equals to 90 upon 100 into 1.8. 90 upon 100, 90% of 90 upon 100 and multiply by 1.8 equals to 80 over 50, or you can write down 1.62 cubic meters. It means the full tank is of 1.8 and the 90% is 1.62. We are in 1 minute it's filling 0.2 cubic meters. So we are going to find out in how many minutes it's filling 1.62 cubic meters. So in 1 minute, it's in 1 minute is 0.2, and the question is how much time it takes to fill 1.62 cubic meters. Then you just cross multiply ratio method, and then x will be equals to 1 times 1.62 divided by 0.2 means 1.62 divided by 0.2. So it's 1.62 divided by 0.2. It's becoming 81 over 10, or it's 8.1 minutes. We can find out in the question 8 minutes and 6 seconds. Alright, so whenever if it is 8 minutes and 6 seconds, you can also calculate like 8.1 means, if you don't use the calculator here, that will be 8 minutes and 0.1 plus 0.1 into 60, then it will be also 6 seconds. So it is 8 minutes and 6 seconds is the answer for this question. Alright, in the next part of the same question, part B, the diagram shows a tank with an open top. The tank is a prism with the trapezium ABCD as its cross section. So we can see this one is a trapezium, the front, and the other one its back. It's a trapezium, okay, and it's an open top. The above portion is the open top, means the top part is open, it's not covered. AB and BC are equal, which is 70 centimeters. CD is 80 and AB is 110. The base of the tank is square. The base of the tank is square, and we also know that CD is 80, so this is also 80. This much is also 80. This much is also 80. How did I label it? Because it's a square base, so all the sides are equal in this question, right? So calculate the total surface area of the tank. If it is an open tank, it means the top part we don't have to include. We'll take the area of the square and then the two trapezium and the two rectangles. Okay, so look at here, it's square, and then we take the two trapezium, one this one and the other at the back, and then at sides, whenever we see these sides, they are the two rectangle. Okay, it's a 5 marks question, so we do accordingly. All the steps we'll have to do it. So area of the square, area of the square is L square. Area of square, which is L square, and 80 square, 8 times 8 is 64, 6400, and the unit is centimeter, so cubic centimeters. Now we are going to find out the area of two rectangles. So the first rectangle and the second rectangle, they both are same. If we just look at the sides of the rectangle, the 70 and 80, length into width, right? But we'll multiply by 2 to get the area of two rectangles. Okay, so here 2 times length into width, 2 because there are two rectangles, 2 into 80 into 70, 2 into 80 into 70 equals to 11,200. 11,200 cubic centimeters. The area of the square is 6,400, so we have done these two sides. Now the remaining two trapezium. So area of two trapeziums, the area of the trapezium is half times height into sum of parallel lines, half times height into sum of parallel lines, 2 times the parallel lines we can take as A and B. Okay, the parallel lines, they are obvious in this question. The two parallel lines are 80 and 110. But the question is, what is the height? This is the height here. Okay. For example, I'm making a trapezium here. So this is 80 and 110. Okay. 80 and 110, whenever I subtract 80 and 110, then it will be 110 times minus 80, which equals to 30. 30 we are dividing into two parts, which is equals to 15 and 15. Alright, so here we can take a right angle triangle whose sides are also there, like it is equals to 70 here. Look, 70, and this much is the height, and it is 15. So here 70 and this much is the height, and equals here it is 15. So to get the height, we can draw a right angle triangle. They both are same from both the sides, 90 degree, 15 and 70. 70 is the hypotenuse. To get the height here, h is equals to square root of 70 square minus 15 square. Alright, square root of 70 square minus 15 square. It's 5 square root of 187 in the third form. Otherwise, square root of 70 square minus 15 square. 70 square minus 68.374 is equals to 68.374. So which is the height? Okay, we are substituting everything here. So we can cancel the 2's also. Height into sum of parallel lines. The height is 68.374 and 80 plus 110. So 80 plus 110 is 190. 68.374 into 190, which is 12991.06, 12991.1. This was the area, square centimeters. Okay, right now we have found everything. 6400 is the area of the square. 11,200 is the area of the two rectangles, and the two trapeziums are 12,991.1 square centimeters. Okay, sorry, area of the square. This is area of the square, area of the rectangle, and the area of the two trapeziums are already there. So the total surface area is equals to 6400 square centimeters plus 11,200 square centimeters, and then 12,991.1. 6400 plus 11,200 plus 12,991.1 equals to 30,591.1. 30,591.1 square centimeter is the total surface area of the shape given. 30591.1. So we finished 2024 mensuration question, October November paper 2-2. Now this is your May June 2024 question paper is 2-2. In this paper, it's question number 8. Volume of a cone, it's given 1/3 pi r square h. Volume of the sphere is 4/3 pi r cube. Curved surface area of the cone is pi r l, and surface area of the sphere is 4 pi r square. We can see it's a composite shape in which your cone and the hemisphere is joined together. A solid is formed by placing a cone on top of the hemisphere. The cone and the hemisphere each have the radius r. The height of the solid is 10. The curved surface area of the hemisphere is 145 square centimeters. We know that the surface area of the sphere is 4 pi r square. Then the curved surface area of the hemisphere will be equals to 2 pi r square, because it's a half of the hemisphere. Okay, so but here in this question we need to find out the radius. We'll have to show the radius is 4.80. For that thing, 2 pi r square is equals to 145, which is given here. 2 pi r square is equals to 145. Now your r square is equals to 145 divided by 2 pi, and then you can take the square root. R will be equals to square root of 145 divided by 2 pi. Square root of 145 and then divided by 2 shift by 4.803. So that is 4.803 is approximately equals to 4.8 centimeters shown. Correct to 2 decimal places, so it will be 4.80 centimeters. Second part of the same question, calculate the volume of the solid. So it means the volume of the solid. Two shapes are there. The solids are there, the cone and the hemisphere. So the total volume is equals to the volume of hemisphere plus the volume of cone. So hemisphere means half of 4 over 3 pi r cube, as 4 over 3 pi r cube is the formula to find out the volume of the sphere. So for hemisphere we keep half times the sphere volume plus the cone is 1 over 3 pi r square each. So that is cancel 2 over 3 pi, and we know that right now that it's 4.8 cube plus 1 over 3 pi, and then the radius is the same for both the shapes, 4.8 square, and the height of this shape we'll have to find out. So here we know that the radius is 4.8, so it's also 4.8 because it's a part of the hemisphere, and the 10 is the total height of the hemisphere together with the cone. So this much, the height of the cone will be equals to this much. Height of the cone is 10 minus 4.8. So which will be equals to 5.2 centimeters. Alright. So here we keep 5.2 in place of height in this question. Multiply by 5.2. 2 over 3 pi r cube. 2 times 2 divided by 3. Multiply by pi. Multiply by 4.8 and then cube shift. So it's coming 231.623. 231.623. So it's 1 over 3 pi, 3 is in the denominator. That is shift pi times 4.8 square times 5.2 and divided by 3. So the answer is coming 125.462. So after rounding off, 125.463. Adding both the numbers, 231.623 plus 125.463, 357.086, 357.08. Check in the question. Are they asking us to write our answer to any decimal places? No, not in this part. So you can write down 357.1 also. Now in the next part 3, calculate the curved surface area of the cone. So the curved surface area of the cone is pi RL. Pi RL, we know in the question whenever we look at the shape. So this is 5.2 and 4.8 and 90 degree, and the slant height is required. So that will be L will be equals to 5.2 square plus 4.8 square. square root. L is equals to square root of 5.2 square plus 4.8 square. 5 square root of 5.2 square plus 4.8 square, and you are getting 7.07 or 7.08. 7.08 is approximately equal to, even you can write down 7.1 centimeter. So we are ready to find out the curved surface area. So the curved surface area is equals to pi RL is equals to pi into 4.8 into 7.1, pi into 4.8 into 7.1, 107.065 or 107.1 centimeter. So that is 107.1 square centimeter is the curved surface area in this question. So it has 4 marks. You just have to find out L first and substitute in the correct formula and get your answer. Now part B of the same question. You can see the diagram shows the two sectors of the circle. Sector A has angle X and radius Y. The angle of sector B is 20% smaller than the angle of sector A. It means if it is 20% smaller, it is 80%. So 80% of X will be equals to, because X is the angle, so that will be 0.8x. You label here 0.8x. Okay, that is the angle of the sector B. The radius of the sector B is 20% longer than the radius of Y. 20% longer than the radius Y. So 20% longer means 120% of Y. So in your sector B diagram, so 120% of Y will be equals to 1.2y. Okay, so we can label here. Alright, calculate the area of sector B as a percentage of the area of sector A. It means we'll have to find out area of sector B and then area of sector A, then we'll find out the percentage. So area of sector B is equals to angle 0.8x sector B, angle upon 360 degree into pi into r square. R square means 1.2y whole square. Area of sector B is this much. We'll calculate later. Area of sector A is equals to angle upon 360 degree into pi y square. Okay, so we cancel few things and then we'll calculate. So what are they asking us? The percentage is equals to area of sector B upon area of sector A. Area of sector A multiply by 100, because percentage find out 0.8x upon 0 pi, and pi will cancel. We'll just simplify few things and then we'll calculate. 0.8 into 1.2 square, 0.8 into 1.2 square is 1.152, 1.152. So that is 1.152 into pi x y square upon that is 360 also there, still upon 360 divided by x upon 360 into pi y square. Okay, so cancel 360 and 360 together, and pi and y square and y square, and then afterwards we can have what is left, It is x and x also cancel and multiply by 100. It means 1.152 times 100 is 115.2 percentage in this question. So in this question, I'm just repeating it again. We had found what is the angle over there, 0.8, 1.2y. Then calculated area of the sector formula, angle over 360 degree into pi, angle upon 360 degree into pi r square. And then we divided the number. If you keep pi and 360 every value, then you'll have a lot of problem. Okay, so do like that. Okay, thank you. We'll go to the next question now. Now from mensuration question, we did 2024 winter, October, November and May, June both. Now this is 2023 4024 paper 22. All right, and in this paper it's question number 8. So in this question, you can see it's a rectangle, it's a border over there. The diagram shows a small rectangle inside a large rectangle. The length of the large rectangle is x, which is shown here, and the length of the larger rectangle is 4 times the height. 4 times height means this will be 4x, and opposite side obviously this will also be 4x, and this is x here. Okay, up till here. The width of the shaded border is 3 centimeters given in the question. Now form an equation, and it's the area of the small rectangle is 80, which is the white one, which is unshaded. The area is equals to 80 square centimeters. Okay, now we have to form an equation in x, show that it simplifies to 2x square minus 15x minus 22 equals to 0. So the area of the rectangle is given, which is 80, and it's the smaller one. So the length and width is how much? The total length is x. This is 3 and this is also 3. So the width of the dimensions, it was x, so it will be x minus 6. All right. The other side it was 4x, and here it's the same thing. 3 is there and 3 is there also, so that will also be 4x minus 6. Okay, so the area of the rectangle, which is unshaded and it's a smaller one, it's equals to 80. So length into width is equals to 80, so x minus 6 into 4x minus 6 is equals to 80 square centimeters. Now we are going to expand 4x square minus 6x minus 24x plus 36 minus 80 equals to 0. 4x square, 24 and 6 became 30, minus 30x, and 36 minus 8 will be equals to minus 80 will be equals to 44, and 80 is a greater digit, so minus 44 equals to 0. So take common 2. 2x square minus 2 times 15 is 30, and 2 times 22 is equals to 44. 2x square minus 15x minus 22 equals to 0. This we had to shown. Now solve the equation 2x square minus 15x minus 22 equals to 0, and show your working. Give your answer correct to 2 decimal place, 5 marks question. So we know that we'll have to use the quadratic formula. A is 2, B is minus 15 and C is minus 22. X equals to minus B plus minus square root of B square minus 4AC upon 2A. Okay, x is equals to minus and 15 is already minus, so it will become positive. Minus minus 15 plus minus b square minus 15 square minus 4 ac minus 22 upon 2a upon 2 times 2. So we are going to find out 15 square minus 4 bracket 2 and then minus 22. No, this is 15 square. 15 square minus, so that is 401. So that's becoming 401 here. X is equals to 15 plus minus 401 upon 4. So you just have to find out 15 plus 401 upon 4 and 15 minus 401 upon 4. Okay. 15 plus square root 401 upon 4, which is equals to 8.756. 8.756. 15 plus 401 upon 4 will be equals to 8.756, which will be equals to 8.76. Okay, then the next one, 15 minus, we'll have to change only the sign, that is minus. The answer is minus 1.256 minus 1.256 minus 1.26, 8.76. The other one was 15 minus square root of 401.4, which will be equals to minus 1.256, approximately equals to 1.26. So that was your part B of the same question. Calculate the shaded area is the third C part. The shaded area, obviously you can see the rectangle, that is area of the bigger rectangle minus area of the smaller rectangle. Okay, the area of the bigger rectangle, area, shaded area is equals to area of the larger rectangle minus area of the smaller rectangle. As we already know the value for x, so the area of the smaller rectangle is 80 and the larger rectangle, the dimensions are x into 4x. Okay, so x into 4x is equals to 80, length into width, x into 4x minus 80, because the smaller rectangle is 80. So the value which is the positive one for x is 8.76. Substitute in place of x 8.76. 4x square minus 80 is equals to 4 times 8.76 square minus 80. 8.76 square, 4 times 8 minus 76 square minus 80. Okay, 4 times 8.76 square minus 80. So you are getting 226.95. So 226.7 is the answer. 226.95 is approximately equals to 227. So write down 227 square centimeters. Now the next question, 4024, May June 2023, paper 2-2, question number 8, mensuration question. A rectangle we can see in the in this question. The length of the rectangle R is twice its width. Okay, so for example, if you are going to take the length is x, the length of the rectangle R, the length is 2x and the width is x. Okay, so the length of the rectangle R is twice its width. The rectangle R has the perimeter 20.4. Length and width we are going to find out in this question, in the rectangle R. So the perimeter is equals to 2 times, as we know that the length is 2x and the width is x. The perimeter is equals to 2 times L plus W. So 2 times your L is 2x in the question and your W is x. Okay, so that will become 2 times 3x, which is equals to 6x. So it means that the parameter is 6x. It's given in the question that parameter is 20.4. So 6x is equals to 20.4. X is equals to 20.4 over 6. Okay, x is equals to 20.4 over 6. 20.4 upon 6. So it's 3.4 centimeter is the value for x. 3.4 centimeter is the value for x. So x was your width. So width is 3.4 centimeters and your length is 2 times 3.4. 2 times 3.4, which is equals to 6.8 centimeters. So the length is 6.8 centimeters and the width is 3.4 centimeter. Alright, the rectangle S is similar, mathematically similar to our rectangle. S has the parameter 30.6. So whenever we see the similarity, the ratio of their lengths are equal, and the parameter is also the addition of the length. Whenever they're talking about the area or the volume, we do L1 upon L square and L1 upon L cube, L1 upon L2 whole cube, and whenever we talk about the volume, but it's only the measurement of the perimeter and the length. So perimeter of rectangle R upon perimeter of rectangle S. This is rectangle S and this is rectangle R. Okay, so the perimeter of rectangle R upon perimeter of rectangle X is equals to the length of, if you took R in the numerator, so take the length of R also in the numerator and the length of rectangle S. So perimeter of rectangle R is given here at the top. It's equals to 20.4. Just write down 20.4 upon 30.6 is equals to the length is required in this question, so take the length over there. So this is 6.8 upon the length, which is the question, length of S. Okay, so simply cross multiply and find your answer. 20.4 L is equals to 6.8 into 30.6, and L is equals to 6.8 times 30.6 upon 20.4. Now 6.8 multiplied by 30.6 divided by 20.4. 20.4. So the answer is 10.2. The length is 10.2 centimeters. 10.2 centimeters. A piece of a card is a sector of the circle with sector angle 75 degree and the radius is 8 centimeter. Find an expression in terms of pi for the arc length of the sector of the circle. So theta over 360 degree into 2 pi r is the arc length. So angle is 75 over 360 degree into 2 into pi into 8. Write your answer in terms of pi. So we are not keeping pi in our question. So 75 upon 360 degree into 2 pi 8 we are going to find out. So 75 upon 360 into 2 8 is 16 pi. Okay, and we'll have to keep our answer in terms of pi. 75 upon 360 degree times 16. So it's coming 3.333. Okay, so that is 3.33. 10 over 3 is the 10 over 3 pi or 10 pi upon 3. Okay, now the next part is the volume of the cone is 1 over 3 pi r square h. Okay, so previously it was a sector. The piece of the card from curved surface area of a cone, the cone is filled to the top of the with water. Calculate the volume of water in the cone. Okay, volume is 1 over 3 pi r square h. So we don't have the radius and we don't have the height. So we'll have to take the help of the previous diagram. The previous diagram we can see this was a sector, and this piece of card they form a cone. So this the arc length of this sector will become the circumference of the circle, this circumference. All right, so the arc length is we know that is 10 over 3 pi. Arc length is equals to the circumference of the circle of this cone, or the circumference of the circle, which is the top part here, or the base part there, which is in the form of the circle. The circumference formula is 2 pi r, and this is theta over 360 degree into 2 pi r, but we already know this is 10 upon 3 pi. Okay, pi and pi gets cancelled, so 10 upon 3 is equals to 2r, and then we'll have 10 upon 3 times 2 is 6. 10 upon 6 is the value of r. 10 over 6 is the value of r. Okay, so 10 upon 6 is the value of r, which is 1.67. Radius is 1.67. So with the help of Pythagoras theorem, it's becoming very easy to find out the height. Okay, so the height will be equals to square root of, you can see the diagram, 8 is the slant height, this is h, and 1.67. 8 square minus 1.67 square root. Square root of 8 square minus 1.67 square. Now 7.82 is the answer for the height. So that is 7.82. Alright, so the volume of the cone is 1 over 3 pi r square h. So 1 upon 3 pi, and the radius is 1.67, and the height is 7.82. 1.67 square, and the height is 7.82 in this question. Okay, shift pi into 1.67 square into 7.82. This answer will divided by 3. 22.83 means 22.8 centimeters. 22.8 centimeters square, centimeter cube, because it's a volume. Okay, I hope you understood. So today we did your mensuration questions 2024. That was October, November and May, June, and 2023 October, November and May, June of paper 2 questions. All right, I hope you understood. Okay, thank you. Bye bye.